Alright, how's it going, guys? So, I am working on getting the blue vitriol machine set up here. I've got the water lead over here. I need to get a filter set for hydrogen. And so that means I need to get a tank with some hydrogen in it. I wonder... Oh, it's not in there. I was going to say, I wonder if I can use that, since it contains hydrogen. But, well, it's not there. So I can't do that. So I got to get some hydrogen into this thing. Set for this, because the recipe we're doing here is blue vitriol. We're going to put in our copper bearing stuff. It's going to give us out blue vitriol and hydrogen, so I need to get that. And then we're going to run that through the electrolyzer, and we need water for that. And it's going to give us copper dust, oxygen, and then the sulfuric acid back. So it's going to be very similar to this one, except for this one we didn't get oxygen out. This one we're going to get oxygen out. So it's going to be almost a mixture of these two in one. So I did notice one thing though. When I built this one, I put this inventory and tank extender on top. I should not need that. And so we're going to do it this way instead. I went ahead and made the inventory and tank extender, but I don't think we're going to need it. And, well, my stainless has been taking up my mixer thing over there, getting me all these blocks of steel so I can finally get these turned into dense plates so we can start making that gas turbine. But this thing has been going forever doing stainless. I did a double batch again, so it's still going. So I'm low on ultimate pipes at the moment. I'm going to throw these in here. That's going to run for the next week probably, making me the dense plates I need. So I can't move the copper stuff over, but I should be able to actually get this set up and working by hand. I need to figure out how I'm going to get all the things over here, because we have malachite, we have kesterite, stannite, and and tetrahydrite, nickelite. All of those need to go over. Now, copper will be a bit different. Copper we're not going to be running through to make the vitriol, because we're going to be making chloroauric acid, so we can get this native cobalt off of it, so we can put that in the centrifuge to get cobalt 60. So even though this is for copper, we're not going to be running copper through it, but we will be running the kesterite through it, which is going to give us extra kesterite and copper from it, because putting it through a centrifuge is going to give us germanium, pyrite, and stannite. And we have plenty of germanium from other sources. We don't really need it. So I'm going to rearrange these a bit and get the things that are going to the same place together. But I'm actually thinking I may change this whole area down here. I just haven't quite decided yet. Because what I'm thinking is, instead of having this pipe come down, because that comes down from here, and drop everything into those. I may move the barrels over here and have the pipe from there run over. So then I'll have the one for the bauxite right here. I'll have the 4 or 5 for copper right here. I do want to get this one moved over. The one for the ilmenite, I want to get that moved so we don't have this pipe running across here. And I think I'll do the same with the rutile, move it over. Here, I just need to get a main line that runs from here somewhere over to do that. So I'm going to work on that. I've also been working on getting this empty because it had gotten full again. We now have palladium, which had to go up here because we have no room down here anymore. We have uraninite up there. Talc is now up there. And there's a couple of them down here. Mica, phosphorite. And then down here in the basement, I've added a bunch of the jaspers and stuff. As you can see, it's kind of full over here, just until I get the... I don't know if Greg's doing the generifier thing yet for the adventure team and the eyes. The eyes have it. So I'm going to wait and do all of these once he does, once I find out if the update is going to have that in it or not. But I'm going to get back to work on getting this set up. I shouldn't have to do too much more to it. And when I'm ready to run it, I will be back with you guys to show you what I got. See you in just a minute. Alright, I'm back. And I almost made a major mistake here. I set this up the same as I did this one. But I told you guys that I needed to do a hybrid of this one and this one. Because this one over here did not put out oxygen. So it only put out the sulfuric acid that I could run back up. This one puts out oxygen, and so does this one. So I need this for the output. And then, luckily this isn't running at the moment, so I don't have to worry about anything going where it doesn't need to go. But I need to put sulfuric acid here. And I'm going to put one here that will only allow the oxygen to go through. Because the blue vitriol is going to put out oxygen. And so oxygen can go through either of these. And it's only going to come out that pipe right there. So I need to get a oxygen thing. Which luckily I have a drum sitting over here that I still need to get emptied at some point. So we will use this. And actually I could have done this the other way actually. I could do this as oxygen. So only that could go through. Or I could set it as a blacklist. And tell it not to let sulfuric acid through. Which is what I'm going to set this one for, is sulfuric acid. So sulfuric acid can only go that way. And that will be our output for our electrolyzer. Because that one is facing the same way as that one. And that one is facing backwards. So because this one is facing backwards, the output is there. So that should have all of that now. So we need to get the sulfuric acid into our electrolyzer here. Just like that. And that takes care of that part. So now we have our hydrogen, we have our sulfuric acid, we have our water coming in the bottom. Tag is in the electrolyzer. We have LV and MV transformers here. I just need to connect the power there. That'll take care of that part. So now we have power coming up. We can connect the water here. We can connect the hydrogen here, which I just used my barometric gas cylinder and my nozzles. Went downstairs, pulled a little bit out of here, and shoved it right back in, basically. And it looks like we're using a bunch of power because we have power. Apparently, there's still a little bit in there. I don't know how. But we're actually running the lava boilers again. Good to see it's all working properly. Alright, so if I put this in here, it's going to give me blue vitriol and hydrogen. The blue vitriol will come down here, go into there. The hydrogen will come out, go through that pipe. And then the blue vitriol in here will mix with the water and give me the copper, the sulfuric, and the oxygen. So, yeah, other than getting a couple item pipes set up, which for right now I'm just going to use this and this, just so we can see what we're actually getting. I gotta make some more pipes, and I can run them afterwards. The one's going to be really easy because it's just going to be connecting to that. The other one is going to be connecting to this, so it'll be really easy to do, but I only have one brass, one black, and 2 rose gold on me. That's not enough to do that. So let's stick it in and see it explode. Alright, malachite goes in, phase in the sulfuric, everything goes down. There's our first thing of blue vitriol. Remember, it takes 2 batches from the bath to do 1 batch in the electrolyzer for blue vitriol. Most of the vitriols, honestly. This is the only one that's different. Alright, so that works. Everything came out. We have our tiny refined malachite here. Our refined malachite that'll be shredded. And we have our copper dust in there. And everything looks like it went where it should have went. Alright, so just need to get the overhaul changed where that I was just talking about earlier, rather than running a pipe over like I did, because when I just did the bauxite, it wasn't a big deal. By the way, we've ran through all that bauxite. Finally. Which means I've got 16,000 bauxite waiting to go through the autoclave. I really need to upgrade this to the multi-block autoclave very soon. And we've got lots and lots of aluminum hydroxide that is being ran through here, but we're always full on distilled water. I may actually have to start voiding some of that, as much as it pains me to do. But I just ran a single pipe for the bauxite, but I would rather not do that. I may also just run a pipe from all of these and use a filter block. I have not decided yet which way I'm going to do it. We'll figure that out in another episode. But there you go. Nice, short, simple. We now have processing for copper. I will go ahead and get the pipe set up to set all this out there. We'll figure out how we're getting the other stuff over. And yeah, that means that is completely not necessary, which also means this should be empty. Means we can take that down, put it right there, because that is facing the same direction. I can get rid of that one and just put that right into there. Always important to read where your inputs are on your machines, which also means I can save some pipes here because I don't need all three of those. I can just do one right here and then just get rid of that, even though all of that is probably going to change when we figure out what we're doing to get stuff over there. And the next one I'm going to be doing is green, because we have pyrite down there we need to get rid of. So I'm going to get that set up over here. It'll be separate from this one because they put out things a little bit different, but we'll work on that and then also work on getting the copper with the chlororic so we can get more of our cobalt 60, or cobalt to get cobalt 60. I still need to set up the centrifuge for doing that. We've got 500 sitting here waiting, and once we run through all that copper down there, we'll have even more. So maybe we'll do that, and I think it might be finally time for a new building, because our poor crystallizer here is getting a little bit buried. I think it's time to make a circuit area and move these three out. Take this off of steam and actually make a engine for it that runs on electricity. So I will get to work on making me an area to do that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it down here in the basement or, down in the second basement, or build a whole new building somewhere. I'm kind of running a little bit short on room on this island. We've already built all the way to this water here. We've built to all starting to go across that water there. How's our water bees doing? Still surfing? Okay. And we've gotten almost all the way over to the water on that side, so we're kind of running out of room. So I may end up putting it into a basement. But we'll figure that out on another day. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know. And I will see you guys next time.